So a quick recap, we've got our microphone signal coming in on 9. I want to make sure that I disconnect the channel path from the mix so that we don't end up monitoring it twice. And then I'm still going to use this monitor domains setup that we mentioned in the last video, so I can monitor the record signal up here. Okay, and I'm also going to put up the faders for the previously recorded signal. So again, quickly swapping to the DAW input. I can do this globally, but in this video I'll just do it per channel. And let's have a listen. So again, we've got kick, snare, bass, overheads, keys. Just something to note, for the panning to work, you need to select the channel and turn panning on, which is over in the master section here. So select, turn panning on, select, turn panning on, and so on. So I've got two stereo tracks coming back from Pro Tools, the overheads and the keys. And now that the panning is turned on for those, we'll be able to hear a stereo image. Okay, and again, I can monitor my record signal post-tape, the signal I'm recording now, and the previously recorded signals I can switch to DAW input and monitor them using the channel path. And again, that's because I've got monitor to mains on, so essentially I can hear both of these at the same time. And one last reminder, remember for your record track to select it and disconnect it from the main mix up here. So to do headphones, we'll need to monitor the headphones in the studio. So I'm going to kind of build the headphone mix a little bit backwards. If I go over to headphones 1, in my monitor source section, at the moment we don't hear anything. That's because I haven't created the headphone mix yet. Next thing to do in the headphone section would be to select aux A, because that's our stereo aux on this desk, and then also the aux master needs to be up, so on 0, that's unity gain up there. So this is selected here, and we'll go to the headphones, and because we're monitoring headphones 1, when I start to make a headphone mix, we'll be able to hear what we're doing. So let's start with our record signal. First thing, turn the aux on, and the next thing is to choose the position where I want to source the headphones from. So we've discussed in class that we should use the monitor path and that it should be pre-fader so that it's independent. So if I scroll through the options here by pressing this, there's 4 different positions, and what I want is monitor path light on, meaning we'll source it from here, but the post light off, meaning that it's pre this pot. So when I turn this up, we should hear what we're doing, and that's the headphone mix. That's what the musician will hear, and it is not affected by this, so it's an independent headphone mix. So that's for our record signal. For stuff that's previously been recorded, for example the overheads, I want to source them from the channel path because they're down here on the faders. So this time, using the pot that's clickable, I want to set it basically with both lights off, so not the monitor path and not post fader, which means channel path and pre-fader. Now I can turn this up, and I can also pan that in the headphones. Okay, so we've got a combination of headphones being sourced from the channel path for previously recorded signals and from the monitor path for the signals that we're about to record. And we can hear that in the studio. So in your recording or overdubbing scenarios, you'll want to have a listen to the headphone mix that you're making on the speakers. And then the last thing to do would be actually to turn up the headphone output. So keep that down while you're making the mix. Turn that up at the, when you think you've got a good mix, and set it to a level that your musician's happy with. You can obviously make changes if they ask for something to be louder or quieter. The balance should be in the middle. And lastly, keep the talkback control turned down until you're ready to test it. The Q button will allow you to talk back to both the different headphones. So if you did have headphones 1 and 2 turned on, you'd talk to both of them. If for some reason you want to talk to headphones 1 or 2 separately, you hold these down. Okay, so that's to tape and from tape signal flow in an overdub scenario with a headphone mix that's independent from either the monitor path or channel path, and we've also set up communication.